All right, giddy, hi and welcome. All right, so okay, let's put that right there. So I got the vocals all done for Crystallize, and kind of cool. Still got to do all the mix down and all that stuff, and blend everything and make everything sound good. That's gonna be the hard part, of course. Make it all sound really good. And I still got to do the drums and the bass, and then I got me a song. So tomorrow I'm gonna be gone all day. I won't have a chance to do that. But um, what I'm hoping, is that I can have it done either Sunday. So I got to get the drums set up now. So that's gonna be fun. That means I got to move operation from there to. I got to get the recording BR1200 over into there. And then it leaves me one channel for the bass. So I'm going to have to put the bass on virtual tracks to get it to work, which is fine-ish. But it's just I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. Like, where am I going to put that? So, because like with the virtual tracks, I haven't recorded with virtual tracks yet. So I got like 12 tracks, 10 of which I can actually use. The other last two are basically the bounce track where everything goes from there to the final two tracks that you mix down and everything like that. And I need to be able to put the bass on there in its full glory. The 8 string is going to sound brutal. If I ever get to record this song in like a really good studio, that 8 string is going to sound so fucking brutal. It sounds good the way it is. I know it could be better, but it's like working with 2006 equipment, right? But like it's a massive guitar sound that's not even double tracked. It's like it sounds that savage, but it's right off a 4x12 cab, right? So like you just can't go wrong with a 4x12 cab. Like I'm really considering some of those 1 watt heads where you just crank the shit out of it, but it's not really so much that it's loud, it sounds so pushed, but yet you get all the clarity out of the 4x12. And there's just this girth you get out of a 4x12 cab that you just can't get out of a regular combo. And it's so massive of a sound. Like everybody, I'm pretty sure every guitar player is like envious of Ola Englund, like all his, like cabinets and stuff like that. But you gotta understand, those things weigh a lot. Like that's a 100-pound cabinet. You know what I mean? It's not light. So it's got good speakers in it and all that. But it just sounds so good. The SM57, I got it backed off about a couple of inches off the speaker. Well, from the grill. So I got a pretty a lot of bottom end in this sound. But if I put it in closer, it'd probably almost be too close. But I didn't move around. I didn't play around with the mic too much. I just kind of went where the generic kind of put it here and almost everything works. You know what I mean? I'll experiment with it later on in the winter when I got like nothing to do all day. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna just see where the mic sounds best on that cabinet, and then of course I'd like to explore new mics later on. I had a weird thing happen, and I don't know if it was a cable or if it was the mic itself, but my SM58 kind of wasn't picking up on me. I was like, what's going on there? Hopefully it's not the machine, but mind it's 2006 technology, right? And that mic, I've had it since 2003, and same with that cable, so it's a possibility. Things could be worn out. I've used it a lot. It owes me nothing, but the BR1200 does, but not the mic. My SM57, my SM58 is paid for itself. The SM57, not yet. I'm just starting to get into really using it there now. I've had it for about 2 years or something like that, but I'd like to get a couple more for sure. So for the drums, I'm only going to have 2 mics on the drums for now. Again, everything's going to sound like it was recorded in 1982, but it's good for what it is. It's going to be good for what it is. The vocals, nah, not too. They're clear. They're articulate. You can. The enunciations are good. So it's just a matter of filling them out and trimming them up and doing all the mix down stuff that you got to do with vocals to get it to just kind of be a little bit smoother in the mix. I think this song's going to come out fairly well. It's going to be the best song I've ever done so far. Is it going to be perfect? No. Like again, I'm working with my own limitations of equipment that I have, right? So like like a direct signal in usually always gives you a little bit more, but what you get with miking is that you get everything else. You know what I mean? So you get all the liveliness. Like when you hear that 8 string start fading in, it kind of gonna, if you have loud enough headphones, it's gonna give you goosebumps. Like it's so dark and like it's almost scary. Like it's like a wave of emotion that's gonna come over you. I love the way it fades in. I could have let the fade go a little bit longer, but for now, I'm gonna go with what it is. I might do another version of the song later on, if there's some money in it and I can put towards like going to a better studio. But for now, the sooner I get that song out, the sooner I can work on the next one. Like it's fun. It's fun. I don't know what people walking by the house. I don't know. Not too many people be walking by the house, but I don't know. My aunt and uncle, what's all that rat? What's he yelling about over there? It's like, no, I'm singing. It's heavy metal. It sounds like yelling, but I know I'm singing. It's like, oh yeah, they're going making all these weird sounds. Is gone nuts or what? Like you try to explain it to people, they still think you're nuts. It's like, yeah, no, there's nothing sounds funnier than a singer singing with headphones on and no other sounds around them. It just sounds funny. It doesn't matter how good the singer is. It just sounds funny. It sounds like the person is like lost it, right? Making all these weird sounds and stuff like that, and singing all these just like lyrics out of nowhere. Kind of fun though. I had to turn my heat on though. I think I'm gonna be closing that hatch a little sooner than I thought. I'll give it one more day, and then I'll probably have to start closing the basement door and that hatch or whatever. So I think the nice weather's over for now because I gotta protect the instruments too. So I'm just gonna leave it the heat on 10 overnight so that things don't freeze in here. Particularly my instruments. Instruments can go down pretty cool. It's more the fluctuation of hot and cold that screws up your instruments. So if they're like dead cold, and the only thing is if they freeze, the finishes tend to crack. Maybe not on the polyethylene, but on acoustic guitars with the lighter, like anything with what do you call it, lacquer or varnish or anything like that. Yeah, it will crack. It will crack in the cold, and it looks horrible. You get these spider webbing effects. Like there's people I know like they have like acoustic guitars, they leave it out in the shed. I'm like, why would you do that? And it's well, need room in the house. It's an instrument, like, but they don't know. They literally don't know, and they just leave it wherever, because it's like they don't play all the time, right? People that buy like expensive, instruments typically know how to take care of them because they're a little more into it. But I'm talking like the campfire type person that they've played the guitar twice in a year and they know 4 songs that they play at a campfire and that's it. And they got the guitar from an uncle or something like that. Um, yeah, in here is not like that. In here, it's like, no, I got to take care of these things, big time. Yeah, so I didn't get any work down here done at all today. Brought stuff down, but other than that, I did most of my work up home because that needs to get done too. And I really want to work on that stuff. So tomorrow's gonna be a long day. If I do come down here, it'll be like for 5 minutes just to check on things, and then Sunday, if I'm working, I don't know. I'll know later tonight. I kind of hope I'm not, but I do need the money. But and I got to go pick up money, and I gotta do stuff. I gotta do stuff. So what I'm hoping is that this week coming, not this week, but next week coming, uh, all the outdoor stuff for up home is done, including maybe some scrap metal runs. Down here, I'm not worried about it as much, but if I'm going to do a scrap metal run and there's not enough up there, I'm going to obviously come down here and fill in the rest, right? I'd like to put at least 1,000 pounds in the back of the truck, at a time, half ton, you know what I mean? Make it worth my while. And there's a lot of stuff that we can get rid of at the eco center, like chemicals and paint cans, stuff like that, old motor oil, stuff that's like, why are we hanging on to this? It's just, so all that stuff, electronics that are no longer good, they take that for free. The only thing, but you got to pay for everything else. So the tires, as long as they're not on rims, they'll go. Help clean up there. And then, of course, down here, there's a few things down here that could probably go for free, but I'm not as worried about it here because, like, I got outside in front of the house pretty much all cleared up except for the stuff I got left to burn. And everything else is going to be, like out by the barn. Like, it doesn't matter how far I get this season on that. Like, it's every little bit helps, but it's not the main priority. The back wall, I think I've done what I can do with the back wall for now. I'll keep digging it until the snow flies, but it's a lot to dig. It's a lot to dig. Next to that, it's a recording session time, and we'll see how far I get with all that. And I'm happy with the guitars for now. I might be able to, with the virtual tracks, I might be able to squeeze the Charvel in there. And if that is to be the case, if I can get the Charvel recorded, that'll be the first recording of the Charvel. But that also means I'm going to have to change the damn strings. Dang it. Ding it. Ding it. But the good news is now I can play my H string a little bit more with the new strings on it because I've recorded with it. What I've been doing is when I changed all the strings on all my instruments, except for there's like 2 or 3 that I didn't, is I've been working on the guitars that are, or playing the guitars that have the old strings and keeping the other strings fresh. But it means I'm not playing the other guitars, right? Got to wait till their cue comes up so I can record with them, and then keep the strings as fresh as possible. But at some point, I do have lots of guitar strings. I'm going to make another inventory of it. You can never have enough guitar strings and stuff like that sitting around. So, but that's what I've done so far today. I am testing the heating system. So the heaters are coming on. So I'm going to find out how cool it stays in this house, probably. But as long as I can keep everything from freezing, I'll be happy with that. Like, when I'm not here, it doesn't need to be like 25 degrees in here. 15's fine. It's cool, but it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to hurt anything. I'm more worried about the water freezing. That'll be like January, February, whatever. The heat will stay, at temperature. I'd rather pay a little extra for that than pay for instruments and pay for all those other things. But the bass is up next, or the drums are up next. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be, I have to read my BR1200 book on doing the virtual tracks to see what I'm going to do next. But anyway, there we go, guys. It's getting there. Hopefully by next week you'll have a song.